Well, hey guys, it's us again.
We're back.
We are back, and it's been a busy week, that's for sure.
Yeah, sorry for the no episode on Friday, but we had some issues, and then we both just got really busy.
Yeah, so we were trying to get it out earlier so that we could hit it on Friday, but now it's Saturday, and it's going up probably tonight.
Probably tonight.
Yep, and for all you people that celebrate Easter, Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
I mean, we just celebrated Good Friday, which, you know, is a time of suffering in a lot of religions. Not really suffering, but kind of a sad, dull day.
Right.
And Sunday is, it's an exciting day, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
how have you been this week, man?
Oh, geez Louise. This week's been an experience, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Well, the big thing that happened is...
You got some news.
I got some news.
Poor news.
I have to have surgery on my meniscus.
For an avid gym goer, that is the worst news.
Yeah, so my recovery time is either 4 weeks or 4 months.
So this guy, I meet this kid, right? I meet KJ, what, a month ago now, probably.
Yeah, a month ago now.
And every day that we train, he says, man, my knee really hurts. And then he still trains legs. I'm like, bro, you gotta get that checked out.
Dude, everyone at the gym tells me, they're like, you know, like, dude, you should take a rest day, or like, you should like stay off your knee.
Yeah.
And do I ever? No.
Nah.
I could care less, honestly. Yeah. And now I'm finally injured.
Yeah, well.
I'm training legs tomorrow though, so.
Well, I would advise not to, but I know if I was in your in your situation, there's no chance I wouldn't train legs.
Dude, I'm going to lose my darn legs.
Yeah.
I've worked so hard on these puppies.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to disappear. I'm going to lose like 20 pounds, I guarantee it.
Not that much. You can still do upper body.
Yeah, but it's legs.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there goes my 405 squat.
Yeah.
That's gone. There
Did
goes
you squat
my
405?
Yes. There goes my 10 plate leg press.
Yeah. I had a crazy leg day the other day. I did leg press and then leg extensions and leg curls. And then after that, at the end, when I was just feeling it, you know.
Did you deadlift?
I squatted.
Oh.
365 for 12.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well.
We were getting it.
I did, what? Last week I did 315 fast reps for 3 sets.
Really? I just almost never do I have a spotter for squat, you know, because like usually when we train, we just don't do squat for some reason. But because
we don't do spot either.
Yeah, well, true. But because really I don't do just free bar squat that often. I just like the Smith machine.
I really enjoy those Smith machine squats you showed me.
I just feel like it's a lot less stress on your back and, you know, more...
They don't hurt my knees.
Yeah.
I mean, regular squat doesn't hurt my knees either. It's only when I do accessory work, like lunges and, leg extensions, that really hurts.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, but anyways.
Other than that, work was busy this week, super busy. Friday was a crazy day. That was a full day. Tuesday was a crazy day. That was a full day. I had a accounting exam. Mm-hmm. Got an 85. Kind of impressed with myself. I worked for that one.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's the highest grade. My last test, I got a 64, and this one I got an 85.
Dang.
I know. Look at the improvements. That's a 21-point difference.
Trying to get that grade up before the end of the semester, eh?
Dude, I just have to keep a B. I cannot live with myself if I get a C.
Yeah. No, that's...
Oh, jeez. Yeah, but that's kind of the majority of my week, and that bad news was really just my knee, and I'm not excited for it.
Yeah. Well, you know, adversities in life strengthen us.
I mean, I guess,
in the future, right?
You know, every setback has a better comeback.
That's right. Hopefully, your knee will be better, and you'll be able to train legs harder after it, right?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit 500 by the end of this year, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, I have no number goals, really. Well, I mean, I'd like to weigh 240 probably, but I don't really have any.
You're trying to gain weight?
Yeah.
I'm trying to lose weight. Dude, did I not tell you the other day? 215.
Dang, son.
Oh, yeah, that's 12 pounds in 4 weeks now. So 3 pounds a week.
When I started training at 18, I was like, man, I feel like, because I was like, was probably 180 or 185. And I was like, man, if I could be 200, I would look so good, you know? And then I got 200 and I was like, man, I look awful. So then I was like, well, when I get to 220, I bet that'll be nice. I'll be like an extra large shirt, which is what I wear now. I wear an extra large, and I have to wear relaxed jeans, you know, because there's no chance I'll get any other jeans to fit over my quads. But so now I'm 220, and I'm like, I guess that goal wasn't big enough. I just don't feel like I'm that big, you know?
Yeah. I'm fitting into medium shirts now.
Really?
And I'm getting vascularity across my chest.
Yeah. I don't know the last time I got in a medium shirt.
My back is getting more defined. That's for sure.
Really?
I thought you saw my back last week.
Yeah, I did a little bit.
It's getting a lot bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like our back workouts have actually been really...
Oh my God, back is the best day of the week.
Yeah.
Since I can't do legs anymore, back day. Oh.
Especially when... I feel like back really helps with a spot, you know, just so you can get like forced reps and stuff, but...
I hate chest day. I hate to break it to you. Chest day is the worst day of the week.
Man, that's why your chest sucks.
Dude, my chest is getting a lot better though.
It's getting better, yeah.
Because I finally started hitting it correctly, like doing your workout. My back was seeing great improvements, but my chest was just getting weaker.
The first time we trained chest, I thought you were gonna die.
Yeah, and then I trained chest the next day.
Yeah. And
then the next day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hit chest 3 times that week, all in 3 days.
My bad. Sorry.
Let's not punch the mic.
I'm sorry.
I had a chest day this week. That was a good one. I can't remember who I did it with.
Really?
Oh, I did it with Dominic and Jordan. I don't know if either of them are listening, but...
I trained abs with Noah.
Dude, I did abs with Noah, and bless the poor kid's heart. I tried to get him to do reverse planks where you lift up onto your...
No. I made him do real planks.
Oh, no. I asked if he wanted to do planks, and he said no, so I didn't get to get
when did you exercise with him?
Yesterday.
Okay, so he said no because I had... took him through a workout. Sorry, everybody. I'm gonna go shut off the furnace because that is loud.
Okay. Well, while he shuts off the furnace, let me tell you guys this story. I took Noah to do some abs on Friday, so yesterday, and I don't know if any of you guys have tried a reverse plank where you kind of throw yourself up onto your shoulder blades and you kind of try to hold your legs in the air. And it works your entire lower abs because you're trying to hold your legs in the air.
Like your V-line.
Yes. Yeah. And so I've been doing those, and when I tell you they burn after a while, they do.
Yeah, for sure.
It's literally like a handstand, except you have a little bit of support with your like shoulder blades and arms, but oh my gosh. Well, Noah's sitting there trying to get up, and he looks like a roly-poly that can't can't turn into a ball.
Oh, bless his heart. Man, sometimes I just I'm so happy he's my training partner because it's so much excitement.
I was sitting there crying because he couldn't even get on his shoulders. Yeah, he just started like rolling. So
we do, what do we train? We train back, and then he's like, hey, do you want to do some abs?
Oh, that was the last time I saw you was Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so I was like, sure, no problem. And no, I think this was in the morning, wasn't it?
No, it was Tuesday because I saw you that night.
Oh, yeah, it was Tuesday night. Yep.
I did the earphone thing.
Yeah. It was Tuesday night, and we're training back, and then he's like, do you want to do some abs? I was like, sure. He's like, let's go over to this ab machine. I was like, no, I hate that machine. It's worthless. And he's like, what do you mean? What are we going to trade abs with then? I was like, we're going to just do body weight stuff, And so we did, I think we did like 20 setups and then, for like three sets and then 20 setups on the decline, the decline.
Oh, yeah. Where you lock your feet in?
Yeah, for like 20 reps. And he was like done after that. I was like, okay, last thing, we're just going to do some planks. And he's like, what's a plank?
Oh, God.
I was like, well.
Did he tell you how much weight he's lost, by the way?
Yeah.
He's at 20 pounds.
He's getting it, man.
Dude, for all of you who are like sitting there at home and you're like, what? Like, who's this Noah guy?
Yeah.
Noah came in, and the first time he came to the gym was with me, and he was asking me to come work out and just get in shape. And since then, he's put in work. He's worked out with me. He's worked out with Devin. He's worked out with Cameron. And
And he's always asking me questions.
Yeah,
he's
really
like willing to learn.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
And I love his motivation. I love his intensity because he always brings it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's times where he can screw around in the gym, but we all do.
Yeah.
But ever since we've worked out, he's been getting after it, and he's down 20 pounds in less than a month now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like a month or.
We met him a week after you and I met.
Yeah.
So that's 3 weeks, and he's down 20 pounds. But he does cardio every day. I set up his eating schedule. Not really schedule, but I told him things to eat, and he's been doing it.
I think we both taught him how to train.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I've been teaching him about the Strider machine. And I got him on there for 30 minutes yesterday, and he killed it.
Really?
600 calories in 30 minutes is what the machine said, but I don't know how accurate it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got him on a stair stepper.
I got him on the bike.
Oh, geez.
The recumbent bike, you know? I like that just to warm up legs. But after we did back and then we did abs, he's like, okay, let's do some cardio. I was like, okay,
He's the one that wants to do cardio. Yeah,
I was like, that's rare for me to do cardio, but I probably should. I'm getting a little fluffy over here. And so, so I was like, okay. He was like, how fast should I go? I was like, 85 RPM. And he was like, I'm doing 50 RPM. I was like, well, do 85. And so he gets up to 85, and he makes it like 17 seconds. And then he's like, I can't. I don't know if I can do this anymore. This is really what you do? That's how fast you go right here? And then, so he went back down, but I was like, that pre-workout was kicking out. I was just rapping it out. And he was like, how long are we going to go? I was like, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. 10 minutes.
No, so he got on the Strider, and he's like, he was 5 minutes late to getting on the. We went to the gym at the exact same time. We both got ready, and I was like, all right, let's go hit cardio. He's like, okay, forget his AirPods. Not in his locker, not in his car. And so, like, I have no idea.
Go home or what?
I mean, I don't know where he went, but he went and got his AirPods and then came back 5 minutes later, and he's like, well, what did I miss? And I said, well, I've already been on for 5 minutes, so hop on. So I told him the program. If any of you guys go to Genesis, hop on the Strider, do the fat burning or the fat loss workout, put it on level 1 if you just started, and then do it for 30 minutes. The speed bump one, oh my gosh. And so I told Noah, it's a pretty relaxing one. It's a bit more, it's a little bit of resistance, a little bit of height increase, but every 3 minutes, if you put it on 30 minutes, it spikes to the max level, intensity max level.
Yeah.
So we get to those really high areas. I'm like, Noah, sprint for these 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And he did it every time.
Yep.
And then the last one, oh my gosh, he put in so much work. And then the last 3 minutes is like cool down recovery.
Yeah.
So it's like no resistance. So he's just sitting there just trying to pedal normally, and the machine is like flying. Like,
oh man.
Like I look over and Noah's legs are moving so fast and his body's not moving at all. His legs are like flying. And I didn't know what to think. And
so when we go over to the bike, right? He's like, well, we can only do the bike if we put it on 20 resistance, which is the highest.
He said that?
That's what he said.
He's crazy.
He was like being cocky, you know? I was like, well, okay. Yeah, I only do it with 20 anyways, you know? Like that's all I would ever put it on.
I want to get him on an Olympic bike.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, okay. And so I don't think he realized that 20 resistance plus 85 RPM, he wasn't having that. He wanted 20 resistance at like 40.
I think I do it normally around like 72-ish on 20.
I normally do like 70, 75, but just because he was getting after it, I was like, oh, we got to do 20 resistance. Let's do, really fast too.
Oh my God. That kid, he's a psychopath, but I love it. I dig his energy.
Yeah. And he's, I don't know if anybody's ever saw this on TikTok, but there is a white male that is slightly overweight, has a very round face, and he reviews like food, right? And I think he's from, he might be from like Australia or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a really funny accent.
I think he's from New Zealand.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. And so he has this New Zealand accent. And Noah's face looks just like him. And I always just wish he would review a McChicken for me in that.
I think he gladly would.
He probably would, but he wouldn't be very glad about it. He gets salty when I bring up the Norwegian dude.
Norwegian?
Well,
New Zealand?
New Zealand.
Same difference.
Yeah.
Just across the globe.
He's not American. That's all I know. I know he doesn't sound like you and I, so he's from somewhere.
Well, all right. It looks like that was a 15-minute intro. We kind of went over there. But
well, I think it actually ties in nicely with our subject about stress because the gym is where I relieve a lot of my stress.
Well, that's crazy because that's where I relieve almost all of my stress.
Yeah, it's either that or, just driving with the windows down and the music blaring.
I don't do that because gas is expensive now.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I got that company card.
Oh, that must be nice.
Although it's my company, I still feel like I'm like, it's the company card. We just swipe it, At the end of the day, I'm paying the bill, but it's just that nice luxury. Oh, I'll swipe the Capital One card.
Right? No, I don't have that luxury.
No.
So if I'm not at the gym, I'm probably asleep doing homework or at work.
He's like, instead of driving around, I turn my car on, not the engine running, and then I blare the music in my driveway.
Have you not seen me in the Genesis parking lot with my car off with my music on?
Yes.
Because I will not leave that place.
Yeah.
I always go to the gym, and then afterwards I'll sit in my car and listen to music, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't do this. And then I'll go back in and I'll go do it. Mm-hmm. And then I'll come back and I'm like, oh, I didn't do that. And then I'll go do it.
Man, if I was less busy. I haven't been to the gym. Oh, I've had a week. So I asked you how your week was.
Yeah. I forgot to reciprocate it.
You were so kind to
Sorry.
not reciprocate it, but that's okay. No. So I have a semi, right? And on Monday...
How big is it?
It's a big semi.
Okay.
And so on Monday, I called a shop and asked them if they could paint it. Paint the whole truck, right?
What color?
Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Dark metallic blue. And they said, no problem. Bring it in on Wednesday. And so I said, gracias. And I took all the lights out of it and got it ready, right? Because they were going to sandblast it and paint it. And so on Wednesday morning at 7:17, they called me, hey, we can't get to your truck. Like, we can't do it this week. I'm like, well, that's convenient. All the lights and everything, like it's ready to go. And so I was like, screw it. I'll just do it myself. I don't know. I've never painted anything before, but it actually turned out really good.
Actually, it did turn out well from what I saw.
Yeah. So,
other than those tack welds from when you bought the truck.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, the welds were poor. Some of the welds are... It's an old box. It's like a 95.
I was going to say, it looks pretty old, but does it get it done?
Yeah, it makes the moolah. So, but anyway, so on Wednesday, I had a bad day, and I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm not doing a darn thing today. And so I didn't. And then about 3 o'clock, I was like, well, instead of putting all these lights back in, why don't I just do it myself? That's when I came to this recollection of doing it myself. And then I called around and rented a sandblaster. I went through 46 80-pound bags of sand. So if anybody doesn't know what a sandblaster is, it's a basically a machine that shoots sand really fast out of a tube, and it takes all the paint and everything off of metal. It makes the metal bare to where you can just paint right on it, right?
And then you have to do it after you paint too.
No, you don't do it after you paint.
I thought you did a little bit after you painted.
No. That's wet sanding.
Oh, shoot.
No,
okay.
If you sandblast after you paint, all the paint will be gone.
Okay.
It'll be right back to bare metal.
All right.
That'd be a bad thing, unless you screwed up the paint.
Well, did you screw up the paint?
I did not.
Okay, good.
I mean, there are a couple runs, but it's a big area, so, and it's mine, so there's nobody to impress. Anyways, so this container held 80 pounds of sand, and every bag is 80 pounds. Mm-hmm. So you put one bag in, you go shoot the 80 pounds out of the machine, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the 80 pounds takes like not even maybe 3 minutes to go out of the machine, right?
No, that's when you just sweep it up and put it back in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd go up the ladder, spray, come back down the ladder, put more sand in. 46 times I did this. It was a wreck. It was awful. All you sandblasters out there, I honor your career. And then I taped up the shop. I painted it on, I painted it yesterday and then a little bit this morning, finished up painting it this morning. And so, yeah, my week has been hectic, but that's okay because I know some of the proper techniques to relieve stress.
Which would be?
Well, a lot of talking to myself, a lot of evaluating the situation, categorizing the stress to make, because I've talked about, necessary stress and unnecessary stress. And I realized that this was an unnecessary stress. I could just resolve the situation by doing it myself and not being a lazy dude. And so I did it myself. I conquered the stress, and now we're good.
A1 Lake Stay Sauce.
That's right.
So, I mean, because you haven't been to the gym the last 3 days, have you?
No. So that's why I've been doing a lot of talking to myself. If I can't go to the gym and talk and let the weights do all the talking, then Devin
right.
have
a face-to-face conversation.
Quite a few face-to-face conversations. Yeah. Thank God for AirPods and other podcasts, because without that, I probably would have gone mentally insane years ago.
Right.
How do you resolve stress? Or let's talk about stresses that are necessary and unnecessary.
Okay.
How about that? And then we'll talk about the stress, and then we'll talk about how we would resolve.
How about I yell things and you tell me if they're necessary or unnecessary?
I like it.
Work.
Depending on the situation. Should we go
Elaborate.
into it? Okay. Well, I think, if say you're a doctor, right? And you're stressed about doing a surgery or whatever.
That's necessary.
That's probably necessary. Unless you've done it 100 times before and, it went well. Then that's probably unnecessary. You're probably just really nervous for some odd reason.
Right.
But, if you think you're going to get fired, then you might want to stress about it, and maybe try and resolve the situation. If, or if you don't like work, I think if there's one thing that I would be okay stressing about, would be not liking work. Yeah. Because if you don't like work, well...
Okay, sorry, I take that back. Some people love their job. But like you said, it was like 80% of people hate their job.
Yeah. I think it's 17, it's either 17 or 18%. Sorry if the percentage is wrong, but it's a very low percentage that actually like their job. Yeah. And so, honestly, I think we should stress about that more. I think we should stress about not liking our job. Because
I think the other problem, though, is that some of these jobs require, some form of background, but you can't get that background until you get hired in a job like that.
That is a problem.
Because I got offered a management job.
Yeah, some jobs require experience, but no one wants to give you the experience that's required. Yep. In the first place, right? Yep. So not liking your job, I guess I would say is okay, but not liking your career is a whole different issue. Okay. So you can not like the position that you're in life right now, but I would say your career is kind of like a lifetime goal. Mm-hmm. So if you don't like this job, hopefully this job is a stepping stone and it'll allow you to go to a job that you do like, right?
Like my job's before college versus after.
Right.
Or during.
Right. So if you're working at Sonic... most people that are working at Sonic, it might be a college job or they're young and just need money,
Or older and need extra money.
If you own a Sonic franchise, then I'm sure you enjoy it, right? That was your goal. That was your goal to buy a restaurant and to run a restaurant, right?
Or to move your way up to that level.
Right. So, some jobs, I guess what I'm saying is, if you don't like your job, someone else will probably like it. And if we would all, I feel like everybody just takes the job that is the most money, right? We've talked about this before.
Yes, but money doesn't make you happy.
Yeah. But if we could all just do the jobs that we wanted instead of doing the jobs that paid the most money or whatever, everybody would still have a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like everybody would still be doing work. It would just be work that they enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
So like, obviously, there are doctors that don't want to be doctors. They're just doing it for the money, or their parents
their
want
family.
Yeah. But there are people that aren't doctors, and they became, say, lawyers or whatever, just because it made a little bit more money, but they still wanted to be a doctor. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, there are some academic challenges, you know, so if you're at the academic level or, you know, the maturity level of a McDonald's worker, then you probably have to do some, you know, probably have to do a little
evaluation.
Yeah, evaluation, and try and gain the skills that you may need to do the job that you think you'll like.
Right. All right, next one.
Yep.
Relationships.
Man, I think
necessary, family.
Yeah.
Unnecessary, friends and or significant others, or like dating.
I think a little bit of stress is okay. You know, like if you're stressing about it, like say you and I, like I stressed about our friendship this week, right? Because I was like, man,
when are we going to get a podcast out?
Yeah.
You know.
So talking about stress. So we tried to record.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we did not.
Yeah, we did.
No, we did not.
We're talking about this.
No.
So I'm not ragging on anybody. So we tried to record on Wednesday, I think, right? Yes. And it was an absolute nightmare. KJ was so jacked up on caffeine. There wasn't even a couch under him, and he was just sitting in midair. He was so jacked up, he didn't even realize there wasn't a couch under him. He was just sitting there, buzzing.
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
And it was a wreck because we were trying to have a professional conversation here, and it was like he was trying to tell fish jokes. It was a wreck. So I literally, we record in my apartment. I left my apartment and canceled the recording. That's how bad it was. But anyways, so, you know, I stressed about that a little bit.
Yeah. So
I think stress here and there is okay. But, man, if you're stressing about the same person over and over and over again.
Why are they in your life?
Yeah, you got to change people, man.
For real.
So anyways.
Okay. Work.
Relationships.
School.
Well, I mean, stressing about school is probably important because...
The thing that I hate about school is that they make school mandatory. And no. The only reason I say that is because we have... Whoa, that was gross.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, allergies.
A little ASMR.
Oh, don't ever, no. It's because school has this thing called Common Core.
Yeah.
Why do I need to know about something that I'm never going to use again?
Man, I don't know.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
I don't know why we don't adopt the system that all these other countries have that, you know, they why can't I come up with the words right now? You know, if you have a job, when you're in middle school and you want to be a carpenter, they don't teach you
like an apprenticeship.
Well, they manicure the school to the career that they want to go down, right?
Okay, yeah.
So if you want to be a carpenter, they probably aren't teaching you about, you know, the cardiovascular system in depth,
well,
right?
I guess the hard thing is America's also really sports and athletic based.
Yes.
So we can't have specialized schools for everything because then it's like,
no.
All right, we have the architects versus the engineers.
Well, so it would just be like, no, they don't do that. It's like, basically, you just decide. It's at the same school. It's at the same place. They teach all the same classes.
You decide your career when you're young.
Yeah, they just kind of like, if you don't need those classes, they just don't teach them to you, you know? And you get these other classes. You know what I mean? So things are more manicured and they turn out way better. I don't know why we don't do that. The American education system is far behind.
I could have told you that since the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways. Other stress. Work, relationships.
School.
I mean, I guess you could name any topic in the world. And
it's going to have both.
Depending on the situation, right?
Yeah.
It's going to have both.
That's fair.
I think whatever stress you're having, I think it's just important to, you know, evaluate and categorize the stress. If the stress is unnecessary, get rid of it or try and resolve it. If the stress is necessary, resolve it and, just realize that stressing over it isn't going to make it any easier. Instead of stressing over it, spend that same time you're using to stress over it to work towards getting it resolved.
I would have to agree there.
Okay, so what are I named some stresses in my life. What are some stresses in yours?
Work, 100% going to sleep on time and waking up on time. This podcast, especially after Wednesday.
Okay, I understand that.
Homework is my biggest stress.
Wait, there's a difference between stress and, just putting it off.
I don't want to speak to you right now. Listen, I get it done, but I get it done last minute.
Right. So you could resolve that stress by just doing it a little early. Although I'm the same exact way. So
I've been doing it more ahead of time. Like this week, I did 2 of my classes before I even took my accounting exam. And my accounting exam's due Thursday, and those classes were due Sunday. So now I only have 1 class, and it's due Monday, so I have the weekend off now.
So you're good.
Till Monday.
Well, yeah.
And then it all just comes back.
Well, that's life, right? You live life and then you die.
It's a computer class. I'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Anyways, so we discussed our stresses. We discussed categorizing stress. What is your stress? I mean, I think that is actually important because I feel like a lot of people are just like, oh, I'm stressed. But they never like,
what are they stressed about?
Yeah, they never think about like, oh, I'm stressed about this because of this.
Right.
Like do a little deep diving into your mental status, like what am I stressed about? What things make me happy? What people don't make me happy or what people do make me happy?
Right.
Like I feel like we just kind of get in this grind of we wake up, we do the day, we go to bed. Wake up, do the day, go to bed. And then things build up and we stress and stress and stress. And then finally it's just like, I can't take it anymore.
Volcano eruption.
Right. And then a lot of people will go and get on antidepressants instead of just doing a deep dive into their mental status.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like therapy gives people more anxiety and stress.
I think if therapy gives you anxiety and stress, it's because you're not ready to let those demons go.
Exactly. So then what are they supposed to do?
Well, I don't think antidepressants are the way.
I don't think there's anything you can do about it, but like you said, you can't sit and hold on to it. So because I've been in that same circumstance.
Well, I think if your therapist or, your counselor or whatever is good enough, over time, they will make you realize that there's no reason to have these stresses, right? I think a therapist really, they don't really tell you anything that you don't already know. They just tell you the things that you don't want to hear.
My mental health is upset. It's therapist.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was a good one, though.
You slid it right in there.
I'm sorry. I guess you're right. I think therapists,
like it's not like you go to a therapist and they have this incredible insight and revolutionary idea about your mental status, like
they will never figure out someone's mental status. You can't do that.
No, I mean you can realize that these people they're hurting, they got some demons inside of them or some
facial expression, body gestures, stuff like that, obvious, pain or being upset, but you can't read someone's mind on what's going on.
No, so all they're doing is they're just okay, listening. How'd your day go? And then if you say something went bad, they just keep digging deeper, and then they're like, you should get rid of that in your life. And then you do, and you're like, that therapist was great. But if you just did a little deep diving into your brain with whatever techniques that you may endure, then you would save a lot of money.
Or talking to a friend.
Yeah, a friend, family,
yourself.
I do. Yeah. I think talking to yourself is way underrated.
I mean, I do it sometimes, but it's only when I call myself stupid.
Well.
Like, sometimes I just do something and I'm like, you are so stupid.
That was not smart. That's what I usually say.
No, I just say, Keedan, you are dumb.
Yeah.
That's it. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. I mean, or there's always, like we said, the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to point something out. I told Devin about this earlier. I work on Saturdays and Fridays at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I also work on Tuesdays. At the beginning of the week, the gym is busy as heck. Everyone's in the gym. But by the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, there is no one at the gym.
No one.
I looked at our schedule today to see who comes in and who checked in. I could see people that checked in at 10 a.m. and I leave at 6.
Yeah.
There was no one there today. When did...
I mean, but you could always see who checked in at 10. It was just the list is...
It's like, I want to say 40 names.
Yeah.
And so I could see...
Gym.
Well, I could... Yeah. So I could see people that checked in at 10:30 and people that checked in at 4 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just commonly known that Mondays are the busiest, and then they just... Right?
Well, yeah, but why is that?
Well, there's the lack of motivation, right?
Yeah.
Lack of drive. Well, I think it's because we put our entire life ahead of our health.
Priorities.
Right. So we prioritize, well, I shouldn't say we, because we obviously don't.
We as a population.
Yeah, there you go. We as a general statement put our health last. So it's like, oh, I'm busy today, I'll just cancel that doctor's appointment. Or I'm busy today, I won't go to the gym. Or I'm busy today, well, I didn't meal prep, so I guess McDonald's it is. Or whatever, So...
But people will forever make time for parties, drinking,
right?
Illicit substances. Why is that?
Well, I think it's because they're more worried about the social construct of partying and stuff like that than they are their own health.
I mean, I still go to parties, but I go once in I haven't been to a party in 4 months ish.
Yeah.
And I only go just to, I don't drink, I don't do anything. I just go to say hi, I go to see people, and then I always end up leaving early anyways. It's just
right. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just as simple as that. They're more worried about what their friends think of them than how they look in the mirror, right?
Well, yeah.
Or how they feel. Like, it's not... I guess sometimes I kind of put off this vibe that, like, you got to look good. It's not really about looking good. It's about feeling good. Like, man, if you're, quote, by statistically, if you're 40 pounds overweight, but you feel good, you feel comfortable, that's awesome, man. If that's the weight you want to be, that's the life you want to live, it's not so big that you're going to have a bunch of health issues. You'll have some probably down the line. But if you're, say, 100 pounds overweight, then no matter how you feel, you should probably get a little healthier.
Well, no. So what I think you mean to say, without saying it in such a harsh way, is you should be content with where you're at, but never stop wanting more.
Yeah.
However to phrase that.
Or just
be happy with where you're at, but don't be content.
Yeah, or just don't be content with unhealthy habits, Like, because some people can be totally content with being 100 pounds overweight, and they're just fine with that. Mm-hmm. But those people are crazy.
But no, a lot of those people still wish that they were better, but they just don't do it, or they don't have time, quote unquote.
I guess you're probably right. There are, it's just like New Year's resolutions, right? So that back to the gym. Gyms are really busy in January, like the first 2 weeks.
Yeah,
literally, I've been training for 4 years. The gym is really busy the first 2 weeks of January, right back to normal, like the third or fourth week. Gyms make so much money off of those memberships and the people never come.
Well, I think people just have to realize that you can't always start on the first.
Yeah.
You can't start on a Monday.
It's like starting on a Monday. Like, man, there's a lot of times I don't even train on Monday.
Yeah.
Just because either I just had a planned rest day that day, or I was like, well, probably going to be busy, so I'm not going to go today.
What is the unwritten rule that you have to start on Monday? Why do people always do it on Mondays? I understand it's the beginning of a week.
I think it's because they're relaxed over the weekend. And so, like, say you work a bunch, just like we'll just take me, for example, or just a normal person. You work 40 hours a week. Say you have a couple kids, or you don't have a couple kids. You just have schoolwork or stress, whatever. And by Friday, so Monday, you're like, oh, we're going to kick this week in the butt. And then Tuesday, you're like, whew, this is getting rough, but we're going to keep going. And then Wednesday, you're like, screw it. And you're right back to normal. So it's just like this. It's just this slide of priorities, right? So Monday, all the things on the list are prioritized. Yep. Tuesday, less of the things on the list are prioritized. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, down the list, right?
I guess that's why I enjoy not taking rest days, is because there's no day one, and there's no end day, so it just keeps going.
I don't really. I guess I don't consider rest days off days.
I guess.
Like that's just how I look at the gym, right? Because I'm trying to grow more muscle, and in order to grow more muscle, I have to let my body relax. Just like Dorian Yates, one of the craziest physiques of all time. Dorian Yates, if you look him up on Google, the craziest physique of all time, he trained 4 days a week. He trained every other day. So he'd train legs on Monday, or whatever, wouldn't train Tuesday, train Wednesday, wouldn't train Thursday, train Friday, wouldn't train, And so, so I guess there would be like 2 days that he would, train together. Mm-hmm. It'd be Sunday and Monday or whatever. But anyways, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he just didn't go off the days of the week at all. He just trained 4 days, 3, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyways, he just realized that, look, I'm beating myself up so much that I just need more rest. And I guess that's how I look at rest days. It's not, oh, I'm slacking off today. It's, man, I'm beat and I need the sleep because I train at night. I train after work. I need the sleep more than I need to go train right now. I
just hate taking any time off.
Yeah. You're crazy.
Like even from work.
You're psycho though. You're crazy.
I just don't like to stop.
You're just on another level.
I just don't like to stop. Stopping is like...
So I was trying to evaluate and diagnose our issues on Wednesday, right? Mm-hmm. Not to bring this back up. But I was like, man, why does it bother me so much that some things just aren't perfect, right? Mm-hmm. And some things just aren't going to go the way I like. And I was like, man, I don't know why I feel that way or why I act that way. But anyways, yeah, I just completely lost my train of thought there.
It was...
okay, so, I don't know. I just had a
It's back.
My brain, it had to have a reboot. It just said, I'm done, but now we're back. So, I think it's because at such a young age, I was kind of put into life like... So, it's like fight or flight, right? Mm-hmm. And I've been in fight this whole time. Like, I feel like my entire life is going to be fight. There's never going to be flight, I don't think. Because from such a young age, I had these incredible dreams, I was just put into the workforce. I was made an adult at 16, right? Instead of 21 or whatever, or 18, I was made an adult at 16, which I'm very happy for because there's no way I would be where I am if I didn't get just thrown to the wolves. But getting thrown to the wolves like that made me just fight for everything. Mm-hmm. Just go, 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 go. Because I never had enough, enough social relations with my dad or with like a lot of my family probably that I worked. And it wasn't probably because of them. It was just because that's what I wanted to do. If I wasn't working, I thought that I was losing money. I was losing progress on being a millionaire, right? That was my whole goal. I want to be a millionaire. And so, it's always been fight. And so I think when I notice that some people are slacking, it just turns me off so quick, I'm
the same way.
And so on Wednesday, like that recording, a lot of people might have enjoyed that. But it was just driving me bonkers that it wasn't going the way that I wanted it to,
Proper ding dang do.
Proper ding dang do.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Amen,
I
brother.
went home and I felt the same way. I was like, man, I was really cracked out that day.
Yeah, that was
And-
ass. It was ass.
No, well, even then, I went home and just crashed, dude. Like, that's how much caffeine I was on, was I went home, laid down, and just passed out.
I know, and I felt bad, but I was like, man, I bet if he listens to that recording, he'll realize that he was. I mean, it was like you were on a drug.
I don't know, that clip, it's pretty darn funny.
The last minute was funny, but the 30 minutes before that was.
Oh, I really kind of wish we saved part of that recording so I could just hear.
I thought you did save it.
We didn't save the whole thing.
Oh, really?
We just saved that clip.
Oh, you just saved a little clip of it?
Oh, I kind of just want to know what it would sound like. But,
It would sound like a psycho man and this therapist trying to rein him back into reality. That's what it would sound like. It'd be like I was a horse trainer and you were this wild Mustang going off into the abyss, and I was chasing after you with a lasso, trying to pull you back to the ranch. It was a wreck.
it was awesome. It was our first time with Cameron, too.
It was our first. Honestly, it was our first It was the first time in our friendship that I was like, I don't know about this kid. I was like, this is absurd.
I just remember me and Cameron sat in the cars and we just stared at each other, and then we watched you walk outside and
Yeah.
we were like, oh.
Like, oh, he's really leaving.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you just straight up left.
Yeah, I was gone.
You left before we did.
Yeah, I had to go work on my truck. I was busy.
It was crazy. Well, we made it.
Yeah. So, anyways, should we add a little motivation into this?
Yeah, might as well, since, I mean, we've kind of bounced around. We've talked about stress, how to deal with it, and then talked about you hating me for a little bit because I was a Mustang running around a ranch.
No, you were running away from the ranch.
Oh, sorry.
I was trying to drag you back.
And then I made fish jokes, and that really pissed you off.
I was like, this guy.
So if you guys want to imagine the situation, I'm a horse making fish jokes running away from a ranch while this old farmer with, red hair and a beard are chasing me with a lasso trying to wrangle
No,
me.
it was a therapist. It wasn't even a rancher. It was
Well, then why is there a therapist on a ranch?
well, I don't know. Because the Mustang was, I was personifying your emotions. So the Mustang was just, that was what your mood was. Your mood,
okay.
Your mental status was the Mustang, and I was the therapist.
I gotcha. Okay.
See,
Well, in terms of motivation, if I could tell you guys one thing, it's that you can never expect something to start on the first day, because your first day can be at any given point. It's a matter of when you want to start.
every day is day one.
Exactly. I mean, like, you could wake up one day and be like, I want to start this. Okay. Well, how are you going to get started? What are you going to do?
Right. Yeah, and it's just like going back to me painting this truck, right? Man, I never painted anything before. It's not like
What kind of accent was that? Sorry.
I don't know what I say. Man? Man?
Jeez. Okay, sorry, continue.
Sorry. Man? I don't know. But anyways, so I'd never painted anything before, and for some reason I just thought, heck, I can do this. I think that's the most motivating thing anybody should hear. Is like, just because you haven't done it in the past, or just because it seems hard, who cares? Try it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never imagined I would paint. Like, I've painted things before, but nothing that big or metallic paint or any of that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Or, wanted it to look perfect. I'm a rattle can master. I'm not a professional paint gunner here. So, if you're interested in doing something, whether it be getting your life healthier, going to the gym, whatever, cooking a new food, maybe you want to go buy a car. Maybe you want to screw the job that you're at and go get a different job, or go back to college. Like, just because you didn't go to college when you were right out of high school, who cares? Like, just go do it, Like, if you have a dream, just go do the
Or
dream.
at least try to.
No, just go do it. If you try, if you put in enough effort,
You
can do it.
Yep.
There's no trying. Just go do it. Don't try to do it, Because if you say, oh, I tried to do it.
Or I'm going
apparently
to.
you didn't try hard enough.
Yeah.
Apparently, when you went to go do that, you didn't have enough faith in your mental and physical abilities to get through it, to get done.
Well, the thing that pisses me off is when people keep telling me that they're going to, I'm going to. Okay.
Going to win.
Win, yeah.
What are we waiting on? Well, I'm going to start. I'm going to start during summer.
I'm going to do it on a Monday, the first of the week. I'm going to do it at the beginning of next month. I'm going to do it at the beginning of the year. Just do it now.
Yeah. I don't know why we're all waiting.
I mean, we started this podcast on a whim. We literally met each other.
It's not like we were like, we're going to start on Monday. No, our first recording was on like a Thursday or something.
Yeah, and we just happened to post it on a Monday.
Yeah. Or maybe it was on a Sunday or a Saturday. Who cares? Days of the week are just for time management. And
if you don't even know if
you're putting things off, you're not managing your time well.
Nope.
Don't try to do things. Just do it. Just like Nike, just do it, man.
Life is unedited. You can't edit that at all.
That I never even thought of it like that, but the worst word in the world is try. Why do we even have that word?
No, the worst word to me is can't.
Yeah, that's an even better word. But that comes right after try.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I tried it, but I can't do it. Why can't you do it? Why can't you, be a marathon runner? Well, I'm overweight. Well, I'm 45.
Get started.
Who cares? Dude, I know people that are 70 and they're running marathons.
Now, if it's some goal that's like...
Well, yeah, I mean,
if there's outreach...
You have to put it into context. If you're trying to be an Olympic gold medalist in the 100-meter dash...
And you're like, I don't know, past the Olympic age. I hate to break it to you, but it's probably not going to happen.
But you can certainly put in all your effort to be as good as you can possibly be. It doesn't matter if your goal is to be an Olympic gold medalist. It doesn't matter if your goal is to be a scientist or buy 100 houses. What your goal should be is that every waking moment of your life that you aren't spending on things that you have to spend, that's already allocated, all those time, all the energy and all that time that you're wasting, why don't you put it into whatever your dreams are?
Because I can't.
Because I tried and it just didn't work. It just wasn't for me.
Why wasn't it for you? Why can't you? Why not put in the effort? Why not do it? Why not just get started?
Man, get out of here with that crap,
I mean, it's literally, what is today? Today's a Saturday, and we sent a message and we were like, we're gonna record today, and we're here. We made it fit into our schedules. We both just squeezed it in. I mean, it's not like we tried to. We just did it.
Yeah, there's all these people in the world that are like, man, I work this 40-hour week, and I don't know why I'm not getting ahead. Well, probably because I work 90 hours a week and I'm getting ahead. If you're putting in 40 hours a week, you're wasting 50 hours.
I agree. I mean, I work.
If I work at, who cares? Say I work a 40-hour work week, but I have this goal to buy a house. But for some reason, I can't get there. I'm trying. I can't get there. I just can't save up enough money. On? It doesn't. Look, you don't have a spending problem if you're too busy making money.
Exactly. That's
you can't spend money fast enough. If every waking moment
you're working.
If you're grinding, man, I want that house so bad. I want that house more than I want anything else. That's my main goal. Then you probably shouldn't be partying on Friday night and Saturday. Maybe you should be side hustling. Maybe you should be hustling every day. If you want to get ahead in life, you gotta do a little hustling, bro.
I talked to a guy at the gym, and he just got out of a relationship, and I asked him, I was like, okay, well, like, what's going on? You know, like, is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, my biggest problem was that she was holding me back. And I was just like, I don't think he could have said it any better. I mean, he did exactly what we said, and that was to get out of a relationship that wasn't healthy for him. And he went ahead and did so, and now he's back to working. He gets his extra day off because he does all of his work, all of his expected work in those, days ahead. So now he does, 4 12-hour shifts or whatnot, gets it all done.
And then he has 3 days off.
Yep, instead of having those 5. And, I mean, he's already ahead because he's working 8 extra hours in those 4 days, but he also gets a day off.
Right. But, and so that's awesome. Like, if you can get your... I love stories about that. Just like simple changing relationships or just little things that improve your life at a great advantage is awesome. I
was just going to give that little real world example in case, but continue as you were saying.
So, so many people think that like a side hustle has to be this, like a side hustle has to start big. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever heard someone like, I guess this is what I mean. Like, well, I already work full-time job.
Yep.
Full-time is 40 hours a week. I remember when I called Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday full-time.
Yup. Yeah.
For real. Like, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that's a 40-hour work week for me.
I mean, you work...
Get after it, bro.
You work insane amounts, so I'll give you that.
But all these people, they're like, well, I already work a full-time job. I just don't have enough time for a side hustle. I'm just so busy watching YouTube, TV, and sitting on your ass on the computer. That's what you're too busy doing. Get up. Like, if there's a goal... It must be important enough that you wrote it down or that you recollected that it's a goal. So if that's a goal, why aren't you trying to get to the goal? Like, the goal is in the middle of the field. When we're when we're watching football, we're like, oh, he made it to the 50-yard line. No, that's not the goal, bro. Like, oh, I got 1 month ahead on my rent. That's awesome. But you're trying to buy a house, bro. You're at the 20-yard line. Woo! That's not the goal. Keep going. You're at the 5K of a marathon. You really it might have been hard now, but it might get a little bit harder, but you got to keep pushing. You got to keep going. You're at the 20-yard line and you're going for the goal. This is NFL.
I mean, I think you hit that exactly on. I mean, I can't even really say anything because I think everything that I was even thinking, and then again, you have more experience with it, so it sounds better for you to say it than me, obviously.
And, I feel like some people are like, man, Devin talks so much. But I feel like even though it's only 4 years of age difference or whatever it is, how old are you?
18.
Yeah, so 4 years. I'm 22. 22.
We did look that up. Yes, he is 22.
Yeah, I'm 22. I'll be turning 23 October 12th of this year. Anyways, so I feel like just those 4 years I've gained so much. Like, I can't even think about how I thought when I was 18. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even recollect those memories, those thoughts. Because they were so immature compared to what I'm thinking now.
Dude, I couldn't tell you what happened at the beginning of this year.
Right.
That's just how busy I am with like school, work, working out. I spend a majority of my day. Yeah. I get 2 hours of my day where I go home, get everything ready, and then go to bed. Mm-hmm. And then I wake up and I'm home for an hour, and then I'm gone the whole day. Yeah. And then I get back home for 2 hours and then go to bed. So that's 3 hours out of my day, plus however long I sleep. But sleep is so crucially important to function throughout the day. So I'm kind of glad that I get to sleep as much as I do, which is around 6 to 7 hours a day. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's not like the numbers that I'm supposed to be reaching, quote unquote, scientifically.
Statistically.
So that's 10 hours out of my day. So I'm up and active for at least 14 a day.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
I mean, it's nothing like you. It's not 90 hours a week.
Well, but, some weeks are less, some weeks are more, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense. And that's for everyone.
Yeah. But I just feel like if you set your baseline, I feel like everybody's baseline should be like, man, I don't know, like 70 hours a week of going towards your goal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I guess maybe you can't include work because maybe work isn't part of your goal. But if you have a goal, work might still be part of it. It might just be the stepping stone. So I feel like at least 70 hours a week, you should be working towards your goal. If your goal is to get a better job, but you don't have enough money to move and to get to that job, do a little side hustling, try and save a little bit of money in that 70 hours, plus work your full-time job or, a couple part-time jobs to get to that goal. If you're not at your goal yet, if you're at the 20-yard line, you got a bunch more to go.
80 at least.
Keep running.
All right. Well, that's it for us. I think today we're approaching that hour mark. So
yep.
Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you guys got some motivation out of this. Thank you, Devin, for that incredible. I think that was a great rant right there.
Don't try.
Do.
Just do.
We'll see you next time. This is Life is Unedited.
See ya. Thanks, guys.
Peace.